got me.
That was timing right there.
Snow and visibility rapidly falling to less than 1/4 mile. Wind gusts greater than 35 miles per hour. Source, radar indicated. Impact, travel will become difficult and potentially dangerous within minutes.
We had a good night in our cabin here. Nice and toasty with the wood stove. It hasn't yet gotten as brutally cold as they said that it might. Listening to the weather radio this morning, sounds like that's probably still coming. There's a snow squall warning a little bit to the west of us, whiteout type conditions, etc. We're going to see about fixing my tire, see where that leak is, see if we can plug it and getting that put back on. The spare that I put on, again, we can't get the cap off the valve, and I guess we could repair the valve. I think we've got enough stuff to do all that too, but I guess our morning's going to be that after we kind of get things packed up here at the cabin, and you know, then we'll see what we could do. Might be somewhat weather dependent, but it also sounded like the snow squalls, that front was pretty fast moving, so it looks like it's going to miss us, but the cold is definitely coming. You know, we'll take advantage of the fact that we can plug the tire here at the cabin, and that we've got a flat and appearingly dry place to jack it up, as opposed to, you know, where I got the flat. And then we'll see what kind of stuff we can do later on today, driving around before we head back home. Yeah, so we found actually 2 punctures. Hopefully it's just 2. We found 2, so
I'm pretty sure I heard it say.
patched this guy here without following the directions. It was quite difficult because I used the little tub of lubricant that was that was provided. So we'll follow the directions this time, and the second patch hopefully will be a little bit quicker.
Use the lube.
Use the lube. So, but hopefully, you know, this thing will hold air. Then we could pull that spare off that's got the cap just kind of corroded on there. That's what happens with those aluminum caps. I didn't even know there was an aluminum cap on there. That tire's got to be 18 years old. It's like the original tire that came with the truck in 2008. It's still got the stripes on it. I don't even want to check the date code on it, but we only had to go like 8 miles or something to get to the cabin, so it's all good. Turns out there was only one puncture, but there was also a bad valve. So the other leak we were hearing was the valve. So we fixed the puncture, we replaced the valve, got the wheel back on, and back in business for today. A little later start than we normally would have, but we're gonna head down into town here and see about getting some breakfast. Wow. So we just had an amazing breakfast here at McCarty Mercantile in Hillsgrove. That was some good eating, some great service, nice atmosphere, inexpensive. If you're coming through Loyalsock State Forest or any of the surrounding game lands, right in the smack middle of Loyalsock, a little bit to the west of World's End State Park, yeah, go out of your way to make a stop here. The fun just continues. So, you know, while we were down at McCarty Mercantile finishing up breakfast, and they have Wi-Fi, which is good because there's hardly any cell service out here. Like, oh, well, let's make sure we like select a gas station, go get some gas, which took a little doing because like there wasn't that much that was close. It was like, oh, yeah, this is an hour away. And Bill didn't have much left. So I picked one that was like only like, I don't know, 10 miles or something, a Sunoco. Man, we get there, there's no Sunoco, there's never been a Sunoco. So luckily we got up the top of the hill, I got some cell service again, and now we got another 13 miles to go. Hopefully Bill makes it.
You made it.
We made it!
Oh man. Pump and pantry saves the day.
We did manage to get to a gas station. This one had actual reviews, so I figured it actually existed. And we got here before Bill ran out of gas, so that's good. So now I just got to take a look at how we get back to my route through the western part of Loyalsock State Forest. I got to tell you, we had to come through part of it to even get here to the gas. It is just super scenic. I really am, glad that we decided to visit here, even if it is getting really cold. The temperature is just continuing to drop throughout the day here. By the time we're done, it'll probably be below 20 degrees. And the wind is kicking up pretty good too, so it was chilly filling up, but this has been a good time. All right, yeah, we're gonna go left out of here. We got about 10 miles to get back onto that track.
All right, buddy, I'm gonna follow you.
you know, the other thing I like is how rural it really is out here. I mean, the fact that we had to go that far for gas is, I don't know, it's an attraction in my book.
Yeah, I was telling Sharon the same thing, you know, that we need to come out here because it is really interesting, and there's very little about it on, at least that I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you know, half of me almost doesn't want to like post anything about it, like talking it up too much, because, you know, maybe it is kind of a hidden gem outside of, I mean, obviously like World's End State Park gets tons of traffic, and I think there's parts of Loyalsock Forest that do as well, but man, it's so pretty out here, and it's so rural. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, it's kind of that pulling in both directions.
I will tell you, I don't know that I would want to do these roads in anything other than something with four-wheel low. Just, you know, looking at how things could go sideways, literally, if, you know, you kind of like lost some grip and slid off to the side.
Yeah, I don't have the grip that you do. I mean, this thing's gained quite a bit up on this.
That's what I was wondering. We may, instead of backtracking, I may decide to kind of continue the way we were going, just given that going downhill on that may be a little bit more sketchy.
Yeah, I was sliding in several spots coming up.
Okay. Yeah, that's not great. All right, so we came up here to Sharp Top Vista after we got some fuel. Pretty impressive. Take a look.
Nice place to have your peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, how about that? So Sharpback Vista was a pretty darn good vista, gotta say. Overall, real impressed with Loyalsock. I can't believe it took me this long to get up here. You know, I'd originally thought like, oh, well, there's probably only enough to see to make it a day trip, and you know, it's a long way to go for just a day trip unless I'm going to be someplace else up there. I've changed my opinion. You could spend a couple days up here and, you know, wander around the forest and some of the state game lands. It's starting to get a little later in the afternoon, mid-afternoon. It's a little after 2:30. I think we're gonna, instead of continuing to head west, which was my original plan, I think we're gonna head back to the east towards Hillsgrove. We joined up with the route I had planned for the day kind of halfway, and we'll have to finish it another time, but we didn't even do the beginning part of it, but that takes us back in the right direction. So I feel like, you know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head back so that we're off of some of these snow-covered and a little bit icy trails, you know, before it's getting dark. It also seems like that way is gonna be a little bit less severe grade going back down from up here. We're up at around, you know, 2,100, 2,200 feet. And we got about 1,000 feet of elevation, I think, to lose to get back down to around Hillsgrove. So we're gonna head back that way and probably head home from there.
So I'm starting to do my outro here, but it turns out we weren't actually done yet.
Have you all along for this. We, on the other side of the mountain here, there's a lot less snow. So on our way back is one more vista. I think I'm going to hit that before we call it a day.
All right, well, today was not done with us in terms of challenges. We cannot easily route around this, so, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cut this one up.
So we got that fallen tree cleared. It's at least passable. Bill did a nice job with the chainsaw. We're gonna skip that last vista, and now we really are just heading home. And hopefully there's nothing else between us and pavement. It's been an adventure.
All right, brother. I'm ready when you are.
All right, man, let's roll. So thanks again for coming along on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Until next time, see you on the trails.